G'day guys, Matt here from Kaka and of course Lachlan.
Yeah, good to see you guys again. We had a bit of a change of location today because we've just come from a pre-purchase inspection.
Yeah, and I think last episode we were talking about like ways to save money, and I'm sure you mentioned, you know, do the pre-inspection, but I think that really justified me bringing the price down.
Yeah, well,
on that, so
it was a car that had a roadworthy already done on it, and we did a check over it and discovered something that probably should have failed it anyway. So
never trust a roadworthy.
Yeah, that's my personal view, but
is that a pretty common thing that you're seeing out there?
Yeah, actually, I mean, just from experience now, like every, say, 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 roadworthies has got something wrong on it that really shouldn't be a problem.
Yep.
So like tyres that are 15 years old, or leaking wheel cylinders, or crash damage that wasn't repaired properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is this a service that you offer, or is it an official sort of service, or?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
But
right.
no,
so we won't spruik it.
We had a change in insurance last year, so up until last year we couldn't do it. But our new insurer decided to throw it in for the same cost. So,
oh wow,
for friends and family and good existing customers, I'm happy to go out and help out in a situation. But
yeah, when you pull things apart, it's surprising what you can find, and even on a car that seems and looks new. Yeah,
well, it's the one that we've been looking at, under 11,000 kilometres, 4 years old, full dealership service history.
Yep. Still
in warranty, and it's leaking from around the gearbox.
Yep.
Bad enough that it's like dripping out from under the car. So, and apparently Ford didn't notice that as a part of the oil change.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Do they rush the services at dealerships?
I think they would. Yeah.
They would. Yeah. Because I know they're pretty strict with their timetables and.
Yeah. Well, the I remember from a couple of dealerships I worked in, the basic oil change service they wanted done in like 0.6 or 0.8 of an hour, including 2 test drives.
Oh wow, okay.
So, you know,
a very
test drive before and after, and change the oil and do a full inspection.
Yep.
It seems like a bit tight for for 36 minutes.
And would you have a certain run that you had to do, or is sort of up to you?
Well, most mechanics go on the same run anyway, but you sort of pick a run that suits what you want to test out in a car anyway. But at that dealership in the end, it was near a residential area, and even though no one was really going fast through there, the residents complained about the traffic, so we ended up having to go on a longer run as well, out onto the main road.
That's when it went from 0.6 to 0.8?
Yeah, something like that. No, they would have dropped it even more. It was 0.55.
Yeah.
By the time I left. Yeah.
Cool. And this is pretty cool. So this is something that you're working on.
Yeah.
I love it.
As soon as I find some time for it.
Yeah, doing the LS swap or what?
Well, it's certainly crossed our minds for how much time and money we've spent trying to get it back to good shape. But this is a customer's 928, and we've pulled it down because the heads were leaking and thought we'd get away with the gasket job. And found corrosion holes in the head that were maybe 3 to 5 millimeters deep.
Yep. And so this probably happened just through non-use, just sitting idly.
Very strange, because aluminium heads, aluminium block, so they shouldn't really corrode unless they've got constant water flow over them.
Okay.
So I think it's just lack of maintenance and neglect over 40 years.
Gotcha.
Sort of thing.
It's a long time, 40 years.
Yeah. How have you been at work?
Yeah, good. Yeah, we're doing our thing, making a few little changes in the store. And
anything exciting coming?
Well, we got some new products here, so we'll show that. That's exciting. Really, the sort of things that we're doing, they're just sort of normal course of business, sort of things that you do every few years. So we like to do something every year to sort of improve ourselves. So there's probably a couple of things that we're doing this year. So
well, have you got any new suppliers in? I still want to come past, and when I do a 2-seat swap on my ute, I've got to get the center console fridge that we talked about. Way back in episode 1 or 2.
Okay. All right, and that's an easy thing. So you were 2.5 seat or
Yeah, well, at the moment, it's the big bench.
Big bench, yeah, cool. So, changes that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cool. Okay, all right. Yeah, so that's you're referring to the fridge. It's a center console and it's a fridge as well, and you got a inductive charging point for your phone.
Yeah. Was that
USB point?
Brass Monkey that did
Brass
that?
Monkey.
Really nice product,
so,
actually.
A popular one with the guys with the old cruisers and probably old patrols as well.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of some new suppliers. So we're agents for Talkit. And Talkit do a good range.
Talkit.
Yeah, they do a good range of like performance full drive accessories, so exhaust systems and that sort of stuff. But they've got a much broader range than that.
I was going to ask about
flash tunes, a few other things.
One of the things, because we were deciding what products to show today, one of the things I was going to maybe pull out was the exhaust manifolds off the Porsche.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if you're a Redback dealer or a pacemaker dealer or whatever.
Yeah, Redback. So yeah, we sell Redback. What else? Pacemaker. I'm not too sure. I'm sure we could probably get our hands on all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
What else is new? Roller's new. There's always new things. So it's new to us.
Yeah.
One of the oldest roof rack brands in Australia. So they certainly have their credibility, but we've started selling them, whereas we didn't in the past.
Yep. How do they look? Nice product?
Look good, yeah.
Locally made?
Oh, I'd check that. No,
At least locally designed.
Yeah, they're an Australian company, so they're owned by Sequent, which is an Aussie company.
Yeah.
And they're the same people that own Heyman Reese, so we now sell Heyman Reese gear as well.
Yeah, so you're getting all the nice, high quality aftermarket accessories in them.
Yeah, and I suppose like for the roof racks we've sold Rhino Rack in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, we still sold Rhino Rack. It's probably still our main brand in terms of what we sell.
Yeah.
But Roller, when it comes to your rooftop trays, and those backbone or track sort of systems, they have a price advantage for the consumer, for the customer.
Yeah.
So we feel that they'll be a popular sort of item. So it's something we've just started.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's nice to have a good Australian-owned business to support as well. I mean, like Auto One, for one.
Yeah. And funnily enough, Rhino was that company, but now they're owned by an American company.
Oh, are they?
Don't know the name of it.
Yeah, like Kraft. Taking all the good stuff.
That's right. Yeah, the Kraft. You can lick them if you want.
Yeah. Should we jump into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
You had some news for me today, which I hadn't heard about, which I'm kind of reeling from, upset about. Fiesta and the Focus cancelled.
Yeah, so looking at like Ford Fiesta and Ford's lineup, I just thought I'd jump on their website and have a look and see what they're selling at the moment. So their smallest car is a Ford Puma, which is like a little SUV sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you even call them an SUV?
Compact crossover?
Yeah, a compact crossover. Sounds good to me. So a high riding sort of thing. But they don't sell the Focus, Mondeo or Fiesta, so the whole line of hatchbacks.
Does that mean the ST and the RS are all gone as well?
Yep, I think the RS is long gone, the ST's gone, Ford Fiesta, and then in the UK, so they've canned it.
Yep.
Not just here, in the UK as well. The UK, the Fiesta is, or at least was, the best-selling car in the UK.
Yeah, well, Ford was the best-selling brand in the UK for a lot of time. Like when the Escorts were out.
Yeah.
When the Anglias were out, I think they were. Maybe the Sierras were. I'm not sure.
Well, they certainly have
the
some
Mondeo,
of the classic cars, don't they?
When the first-gen Mondeo came out, they were one of the best-selling cars.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember it in TOCA touring car racing.
Yeah. Well, there's also the was it the Ford Mondeo send-off that Top Gear did?
I don't remember that.
That was worth a watch. I think they pulled like the Escorts, the Capris, everyone came together for a send-off of the Mondeo, which is kind of nice. But it's so weird. Like, I thought the whole stated goal of major manufacturers at the moment was to reduce emissions. Why are they cutting their two most efficient cars? Yeah,
I mean, my theory was, and I should do a Google to justify what I'm thinking, but maybe they're too small a car, or maybe those compact crossovers, they allow a little bit more space for your batteries.
Yeah, you can
if
put
they were to go
the skateboard floor in.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
maybe that's a reason they're trying to be greener, or
doesn't make huge sense because Yaris has come out with the hybrid as well. That's
Actually,
a super compact car.
Yeah. No, and Toyota seem to have their ducks in a row, because they're now the most profitable car company out there.
Yeah, I think
not profit per unit, overall profit.
Yeah, I think weirdly though, personal opinion, Toyota's got too many models at the moment.
They do.
I think
because half of them are like Land Cruisers now, aren't they?
Well, I mean, you've got Yaris Cross, Corolla Cross, Camry, RAV4, Prado, BRZ, 86, Supra, 300 series, 79 series.
Prado. Oh, we said Prado.
I mean...
Supra. Did you say Supra?
Yeah.
The Supra.
But I mean... There's one thing to take away from that.
A lot. And then there's variations of the Hilux. There's a
Hilux.
Southeast Asian version of the Hilux, and then our Hilux. The Champ, that's right, which we've covered in an earlier episode.
I think that was 11 or 12, but I'm sure Edwin will put it in somewhere.
Yeah, that's right,
No, it was one takeaway, I guess, from that is that like 80% of the models listed are four-wheel crossovers or SUVs.
Yeah, very narrow sort of. So that's something that's interesting, and sometimes those little cars they're just handy, I suppose, if you're in a city, or if you're in England, UK, lots of tiny roads and
I know
many places to park.
I know someone who has a rather nice house at Paddington, what you consider a multi-million-dollar house. On top of a hill, and they can't park their Land Cruiser in their garage because it's too small.
Oh, wow.
But I guess that's one of the other things. I've been listening to a lot of American car podcasts at the moment. And one of the things they keep saying is once you get past a certain weight for the American market, you're technically a commercial vehicle, which means you don't have to have as high a safety standards, you don't have to have as good emissions anymore. So I guess they're exempt from like the CAFE net emissions thing. So
this explains why they have these ginormous cars sold in the States. So we were talking about, I think it was on Reddit we saw recently, there's a guy that bought a Toyota, was it Toyota Tundra. Which is like their F-Truck competitor.
Quad cab, super cab.
Quad cab, king tray, whatever, and the thing was massive.
Dual axle rear, dual axle, dual tyre rear. That's insane. I drove a Chevy C30 based van this week. So it's a P30 taco truck.
Oh, cool.
And it was the size of a house. I would not want to drive it on the daily.
Where do you park them if you go to the shop?
Well, exactly. It's I've got a photo of it. Maybe I'll send it to you. In front of this guy's house, and it's a big old sort of Queenslander on stilts, and it's higher than the stilts. And it looks like the size of my apartment.
Wow, that's crazy.
Photos don't do it justice.
I see sometimes on some of these forums, I see like people complaining about these like Rams, for the most part, parking in car parks, taking up 2 car park space. There's actually one from where Auto One is. And it's constantly up on this. Someone's got it out for them, but there's so many car parks where we are, it shouldn't really matter. There's
one thing that I see on the regular is, through the Americans at least, is big truck owners parking their 1500s and shit in the EV charging spots.
Can't she like 3D print like a what do you call it, a female port? Well, so just the port, so you put that on the side of your car and you plug it in so it looks like your EV.
You can't complain about it so much because the F-150's come out with an all EV model in America.
That's pretty cool.
Speaking of humongous electric cars, Rolls-Royce Spectre.
So how long is this thing? Did we work it out to be over 7 meters?
Something like that, yeah. It's, I think, from memory, without looking at the specs, it was like 252-inch wheelbase and 6 foot 70 inches. So someone do the math, but it's like...
It's big.
It's big.
So your normal Falcador is about 5 meters long.
Yep.
So it's considerably longer than that, but it's got 2 less doors.
Yeah, and it's only like... It's under a foot shorter than the Cullinan, which is Rolls-Royce's SUV.
Oh, well, okay.
So it's, I think it's like only 6 inches shorter than a full-size SUV, which is just insane. I think the starting price was $480,000 US.
Yeah, you don't buy these things to be practical.
It's got doors that you couldn't open in any car park.
Are they reverse hinge? Yeah.
Suicide doors, and the doors are like a third of the length of the car. So it's like 3 meter long doors. Yeah, insane. I was watching a review from Matt Farah about it, and he said the stereo shit. So that was his complaint.
You know, it's a car you want to relax in, that sort of thing. Yeah, you want a good stereo.
Yeah, he said, and apparently the Rolls-Royce PR team has a bit of a fun side to them, because the one that they've done for all the reviews is like baby poo green.
Oh no!
And it's got like a white and pink leather interior.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's horrible.
But you could customize it to be whatever you want, really, couldn't you? Yeah. Well, if someone watching this buys one and they're not happy with the sound system, talk to us at Auto One Browns Plains. We can get some subwoofers in there. We can make it boom.
Yeah. If you want as well, if you want to take out the old speakers, I'll have them.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take them.
I'm sure they're pretty good.
No, it's just weird to think of such a huge car being for sale again.
I wonder if it's to meet those US standards to be a commercial vehicle.
It would be. It's got to be well over 6,000 Imperial Freedom units.
Would you sign write yours with Cashy on the side?
Yeah, it's a tax write-off.
Tax write-off, yeah, that's right.
Of course. At 480 grand, I'd have it all custom painted like one of those low riders with Cashy all over it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing some research on paint jobs very quickly this week, and I was some of those hot rod show car paint jobs. Have you seen the prices?
I could only imagine. How much?
Deep into the 6 figures.
Wow, really?
200, 300 grand.
Yeah.
For a paint job on a car.
I mean, some of them are just beautiful.
Yeah, I know, but
you got to own a paint shop to justify.
You could have a new Rolls Royce for that.
Yeah, but no, it's great to see. It's very cool. Respect it. I wouldn't do it myself.
Yeah. Would you pay a bunch of money for a new Land Cruiser?
No, they're a bit out of my price range. I respect them. them.
I mean, what do you get a nice big V8?
Well, which one are you talking about? Because there's a couple of new ones.
Yeah, well, we've got the 300 series, which...
You got 3 new ones, haven't you? Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like the 300 series yet. I'm sure
I've driven one.
They're nice.
Beautiful. Yeah. Like and the 200 was the same. Obviously, 300's a step up. They just drive like a modern car, like a modern sedan. You know, it's just they're easy to drive.
I'm sure they drive almost as well as a BMW. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is insane to say out of something that big. But the one that shits me the most is the new VDLJ 79
70 series, yep.
Yeah, the 70 series with the new LED look headlights and the flat bonnet.
So this is the latest and greatest one.
Yeah, 2023.
Yep. And what do you buy them for?
Well, I'm seeing them on car sales at the moment. So the 300 series I'm seeing between like 120, 170, which is insane, but it's got some mod cons.
I saw one on an advertising board near a Toyota dealer.
Yep. And
they had the price, and just say it's 140 something or whatever, or maybe it was from 127 or something like that. And it's sort of like advertising it like it was cheap. And I thought, holy moly, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's cheap if you're a builder's wife.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But the VDLJ, which I got to say, mouthful of a name, and probably not my favourite looking car. Starting around the 105 and going through to 130.
It's a lot of money to spend just to go hunting pigs.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, and I've done a couple of little comparisons on it. I wrote a blog post about it 2 weeks.
Yep.
And at $105,000, you can have a car with vinyl floors, vinyl seats, wind-up windows, manual mirror, wind-up windows, manual mirrors. What else is it? It's just insane. It's still got no automatic climate control. It's still got that like classic Land Cruiser 4-position switch and a slide.
Yep. Nostalgic.
Yeah. You'd call it that. It's, I guess it's been in the car so long you could call it retro futurist.
Retro, But look, that car's going to see you out.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
Well,
It'll last you longer than you, mate.
I've talked to a few people who've got the VDJ engines, and they're...
What is the VDJ engine?
That's the 4.4 turbo diesel V8.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Really low power. Yeah. Like, I think 430 Newton meters.
Okay. Yep. So the Prado has more than that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think the Prado's... Oh, I just looked at it moments ago, but it's over 500 at least. Yeah.
Well, I've heard quite a few problems with injectors, turbos. I've heard of problems with like compression being off between cylinders as they get a little bit older. And the biggest one that bothers me, and we would have talked about this in like our engineering failures videos. Starter motors in the B. You've got it's like a 7 or 8 hour job to change a starter motor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But like, gets into our next topic as well. The brand new Triton. Brand new Triton is 45-50 grand.
Sounds about right, and that's with about a $7,000 price hike over the old model.
More Newton meters of torque. Half as many cylinders, so cheaper to register.
It should be half price then.
It's got Mitsubishi's super smart 4-wheel drive system. Automatic climate control. Leather interior, CarPlay, just like everything.
Burger with a lot. I love it.
For half the price. So
half the price,
that's my question. Are you getting like 2 times the reliability?
And you missed out a 10-year warranty.
10-year warranty.
So the old model ran for 10 years. And then so they've hit 10 years and another model comes out, 10-year warranty. So you're just waiting for everyone to get sick of their old vehicle, work out that they're out of warranty, and new model line comes along.
Look, I don't think Mitsubishi is the best brand out there, but they're pretty reasonable.
And you know their air conditioners are going to work.
This is horrible.
What do you think about the new Prado?
Looks like an FJ Cruiser.
It does, doesn't it? It's got those vibes. Yeah, you're saying like high
waistline.
High waistline, the two-tone colouring with the roof.
I think the front does a bit as well. It's gone back to that sort of
square,
boxy retro thing. I'm sure that many people will love it. I wonder if it's such a big departure from the Prado thing will have an effect on sales, because what's their market for Prados?
As in who they're targeting? Oh well, I think it would be like a runabout car, school runabout car for the most part.
So they've gone for this big rugged look now. I'm wondering how that's going to sell over a couple of years.
Yeah, I think. Well, look, when you see the Beckhams rolling around in G-wagons, I think that's part of the appeal. I think people like the idea that they've got something that can do that. Whether they do it or not, they might do it once or twice in the car's life, but
Yeah.
I think for the most part, it's, you know, if it's got a third row and it can fit a couple extra kids in the back,
Yeah.
that's a positive. If it's spacious enough to fit everyone in there, safe, reliable.
I think it harks back to what we were talking about before. Is like, if you, in my opinion, if you're buying an SUV and you don't take it off road, what you want is a station wagon.
Yep.
Or a minivan.
Oh yeah, yep.
And if you're buying a ute, but you don't put anything in the bed, what you want is a station wagon or a minivan.
Yep.
And I think the reason that we're buying all these big trucks is like perceived safety or perceived status.
The feeling of being up high.
Yeah. Even though, like, it's proven that they're less safe.
You see them do the left-right tests.
Yeah, the moose test.
They just, the moose test, is it?
Yeah.
Dodge a moose. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And they just roll. It's, so not so safe. But.
Yeah. What do you think of it? I think it's coming out with a hybrid powertrain as well.
Oh, is it? I like it. I like the styling. It seems like it's capable off-road, which is cool. It's not EV, yeah, sure. Great, if that's the sort of thing. I heard an interesting opinion on EV, so I sort of like the idea of having hybrid, bit of petrol, or bit of diesel and bit of electric, and it's sort of like the best of both worlds. But I heard another opinion, it's the worst of both. So you've got an average range on your electric component, and a very small fuel tank as well. So it's like you're sort of doing both things by halves. Yeah. So you're better off going one way or the other, and then you can max out the range
actually,
that way.
It's a little bit of both. The thing, especially with diesels, once they're warm, if they run at like a set RPM range, they're incredibly efficient. And that's why they're probably not a bad option. So look at all your trains as well. Everything that's got to haul real heavy stuff goes diesel electric.
Or your commercial, or your what do you call it, trucks and so on.
One thing I did mean to mention about the VDJ cruisers, everyone argues that they're really good off-road.
Okay, they're not?
Well, my question is, would you rather have a VDJ, a big Land Cruiser, or a Suzuki Jimny?
Oh, well, the Jimny's going to skip over most things. Yeah. But it's not going to have the loadout that you can potentially achieve in your cruiser. Yeah,
they've just released the 5-door Jimny.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I think, from what I've seen, I think the Jimnys are just as capable as most Land Cruisers off-road. And they're starting at 35 or 40.
Yeah. No, I think Jimnys are seriously cool cars.
Yeah,
they're capable, cool, look good. They seem to tick all the boxes.
You remember way back, Bullet MX-5s?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that a Toyota V8 in it.
Toyota or Lexus. Chevy or something. Maybe they did both.
They probably did.
Same Bullet has a supercharger kit for the Jimny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Family
I didn't
friend.
know they're still around, yeah.
And they're local.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that would be between here and the Gold Coast or something like that.
Yeah, Yatla or something.
Yatla? Yeah.
A family friend bought a Jimny with a Bullet supercharger.
Oh, really? Go right?
It was early gen. Apparently they've fixed a couple of problems and they really go now.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Okay. That would be cool. Low down power and
40%, 50% gains.
Yeah, awesome. Oh wow, I love that. That's so cool.
What else?
I'm surprised that you can fit it all under that bonnet. Back to the 70 series and the FJ. So we've had both cars in, not the latest models, but older ones, but just to see what the guys are doing to them in terms of modifying. So what I noticed about the FJ is that it's got like a factory racking system on the roof.
Yep.
So I think we put a light bar on there facing backwards, and then light bar on the front facing forwards.
Yep.
And they're a cool looking car. They've held their value pretty good over the years. Yeah.
The one thing that I think they missed with the FJs were they only came V6 petrol.
Petrol only. Yep. That's a problem.
That's the other thing that shits me the most, probably, with the 79 series. 105 to 120 grand buys you a cab chassis without a tray.
Yeah.
And then you've got to go and spend 20 grand fitting it out.
Well, these guys, they come to us and we put other things in them as well. So if they, on the older models at least, they have like a 4-inch speaker in the dash facing towards your shins.
Yep.
So the popular upgrade is to get the pods on the side of the door on your door skins, and then move it to a like 6.5-inch speaker.
Yeah.
So you can go better. And then you got the pockets as well. And then the other one is the rooftop consoles as well. The guys like to put those in. You can put your UHF up there as well.
I stand by. A Land Cruiser is the only $120,000 car that you buy brand new that you go and spend 40 grand on straight away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone I know that buys a brand new Land Cruiser, before they even pick it up, send it off to get superior arms, GVM upgrade, lift kit, big tyres, fix the stereo, add a tray, put a big canopy on, light bars, roof racks. It's, by the time they're all done, it's just insanity.
Well, it's a lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, you can tow 2 jet skis and go camping once a year.
Yeah, once a year.
Yeah.
Nah, but they are cool. All right. Is Toyota getting worse in the engineering department?
I think they're coming down in reliability. Is there a reason you're...
No, just... You're talking about the issues there, and then I had someone else mentioned, I think it was about a Toyota 3-litre diesel, and they said, yeah, they're the good ones. They got worse when they went to 2.8 or something like that, or maybe more
2.8's had a recall on DPFs, had a tech bulletin on rattling timing chains. So I think Toyota has stepped down a little bit, but I don't think that it's Toyota has stepped down so much as most every other manufacturer has stepped up.
Yep, okay, that's fair call.
So we think about, especially through the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, a lot of the European cars being super unreliable.
Yep.
And when you look at them now, they are still, especially the European cars, are still a little behind in reliability. But they're sort of like 80 or 90% of the way there. And Toyota was 100%, they've come down 5 or 10%.
Yeah. Okay.
So the
bit of perception going on there as well. Yeah.
But seems like Toyota's seeing a lot of recalls lately.
Yeah, so what have you seen there?
Well, I was just looking it up then. The 300 series and the Lexus LX.
Yep.
30,000 vehicles have been recalled.
Wow.
So
30,000.
That's got to be close to all of the ones sold in Australia. Apparently, there's a transmission module problem.
Okay, yep.
And when you shift into neutral or park, they may remain in drive.
So if your neighbour's 300 series goes through the whole house,
it's not
you know why.
What the recall basically said was people have been parking their car with it running and without the handbrake fully applied, which is handbrake's a Toyota problem as well. The car runs on, leaves them.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So 30,000 vehicles, that is a lot of Toyotas to have a problem. It does say something about one thing. So every automatic transmission car you've ever owned has, a cable that runs all the way down to the gearbox?
No.
Yeah, like a shift cable. So your T-bar is connected to the...
Oh, right, okay, yep.
I think all of this is coming about as they move away from that.
They've gone electric.
Just completely computer controlled.
Yeah, gotcha.
So there's no sort of safety backup.
Okay. And I suppose as they get on in their life and they start getting electrical gremlins, this could become an issue in future.
Yeah, definitely, a little bit, but these are brand new cars too.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the other things talking about all the computer problems. You know the new Cybertruck?
Yep.
Completely steer by wire.
Oh, really?
Yep. Wow. No redundancy.
Okay.
No mechanical redundancy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Many accidents yet, or?
I think there's been a couple.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a big long podcast about redundancy and safety backups.
Yep.
And it was basically just a shit on Tesla fest,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because they say, we've got 2 electric motors in case one of the electric motors fails. Both run by the same computer sort of thing.
No.
Yeah.
Defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, really does.
So, I mean, they're quite good at making money, Tesla. Like, so I saw a TikTok, and I think per vehicle, Ferrari make, I don't know, it might be €200,000 or something silly like that. They're the tippy top. And I think you got to factor in that they're selling accessories, handbags and watches and whatever. Per vehicle, the next in line is Tesla, I believe.
Yeah.
And it might be €9,000 per car.
Yeah.
And then after that's Mercedes, about €7,000 per car.
Yeah.
And then there's a big drop off from there.
Yeah. And as a percentage of the car, that's for Tesla, because their cars are half the price of a Ferrari. That's actually probably plenty huge.
Yeah. So,
Speaking on the recalls that we've been talking about, there was I really enjoyed the SEO title of this one.
Yeah, I remember it.
The Chery's come back to Australia. Have you noticed the resurgence in the
recalls?
Broken down cars.
So, Chery, Great Wall, LDV, in my mind, they're all the same thing.
I think, the only thing, I think the electric cars are slightly different.
Right, okay.
I think they're the worst name for a car, but BYDs.
Oh, Build Your Dreams.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't like that name?
I'm okay with Bide. I just Build Your Dreams seems a real dorky name for a car. But no, Chery's come back with as that SEO title said, a competitor to the Haval and the RAV4 and all this stuff.
RAV4, wow, that's aiming their sights high.
Recall straight away.
Welcome back.
Every single car.
Yeah, wow. Oh, really?
All 5,500.
They do now.
Well, apparently there's a brake pipe that goes somewhere in the car.
Yep.
Wasn't properly tightened from factory, and it leaks fluid past.
Oh, got to tighten those brake pipes.
Yeah, sounds like Boeing's been doing something with
Boeing.
Yeah, the bolts weren't tight and the door fell off.
Oh no! The front fell off.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say about Chery Omadas.
Yeah, I suppose our reference point's from 5 or 10 years ago. So
yeah,
you hope that they'd get better. It's not a good start anyway.
Well, they have. At least now they're not like sort of blatantly ripping everyone off. Yeah. You remember the J10 or J11?
I don't remember model names.
Every time I see one, I think
it's... Is that the little hatchback?
No, the little SUV. Every time you see one, it looks like a RAV4, and then you get your hopes up for it being a good car, and then it's a Chery.
I'm sure they're all in heaps at the moment. There's no more left on the road.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else to say on
Well,
Chery?
just the toys. We can show people some products if you like.
I'm going to tell you, right before we jump into that, something that I'm sure you sell plenty of. Yep.
Thermostats we were talking about.
Thermostats, yeah.
Yep.
Holden, Barinas, Cruisers, Tracks, everything with the 1.4 to 1.8 Ecotech motor. Have you been selling lots of those lately?
Probably, but you know we're selling to home gamers, and they're probably less likely to be working on doing that change on that car.
Yep, yeah, that's fair.
Particularly the people that buy those cars, probably not, too gung ho in the mechanical side.
Yeah, you'd think if you bought a car like that, you'd be a bit eager to do your DIY stuff, because
you'd have to be.
So much goes wrong with it.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers to GM owners of those motors. Yeah.
Well, something we were talking about with the European cars. I think the problem is that they just decided on using too much plastic.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think the VW group do the same thing.
Yeah. So the new thermostats you're selling on these, are they the full metal upgrade part?
Oh, geez. I don't spend too much time looking at them, but I know the unit that's in them is plastic, and you see that and you just think, there's going to come a time where it's got hot liquid going through it, and it's going to get brittle.
Yeah.
That plastic's going to age. It's not going to age well.
Just outside of warranty.
Service life is pretty well
with the
designed.
Now the 10-year warranties come out, they've all gone to metal. No, it's just something. I thought you might be selling a lot of them because I've replaced just about one a week for the last month.
Is that right? Wow. Yeah.
Yep. And the same for a couple of the coolant pipes that go off them as well. They're all hard plastic.
Yeah, so. I'm aware of them. We do get calling for those as well. I'm not sure if they're a big mover.
Yeah.
Because I think our crowd may not veer towards those vehicles so much. Like, they're definitely out there. We do sell parts for them.
Yeah.
But the guys that are out there working on their own car,
I guess you're getting a lot more
likely getting different models.
Yeah, more seeing enthusiasts and stuff too.
Yeah. They're more likely to have a Colorado than a Captiva.
Yeah, fair. You've got some cool products.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, cool. So, number one. This here. What do you think of that?
I think it's cute. Is it magnetic based?
Magnetic base.
Okay.
So the idea, this is an Oricom wireless reversing camera. It uses Wi-Fi, and it says that it can do wireless connection to your phone for up to 15 meters. Now we've tested this ourselves.
Yep.
It's a lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
We would have done double.
Maybe they're
and we were still going.
Talking about reliably. So what's this? What's the market for this?
I think it's caravanners. Yeah. So someone who it might not be their full-time caravan, so maybe they just chuck it on a trailer. They're doing something with the trailer that day, and they're going to move it to something else afterwards.
Actually, not a bad idea, because our little trailer here is narrower than my canopy.
Yep.
So I can't see it when it's going straight. So it's actually not really a great idea, and it's got the little infrared.
Yeah. I've not tested it at night, but the infrared's on it suggests that it's going to be pretty decent.
What sort of price bracket do we put this in?
Yeah, so it's over $200, but on a special maybe around the $200.
Yeah, and it just connects direct to your phone by that.
Yep. So there's an app you put on your phone, connect it up with your Wi-Fi on. It's got an on button on there, so it's got its own battery built in, so you do not need to wire power or any wiring at all.
What's the battery life stated as? Does it say, or?
I've not tested it that much to know. It says it can recharge within 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's got a little power port on the back. And it looks like if you were really game on it and you didn't want to muck around with it too much, you could even run like a 12-volt plug.
I seem to think that if it thinks it can recharge in 4 hours, I think its battery could handle 4 hours, because there are going to be people that are going to want to permanently wire it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be better than 4 hours on the battery.
I think that's probably fair. Actually, that would make sense, because what do you get out of your phone? If you charge your phone for 2 hours, you get 4 or 5 hours out of it.
Yeah.
And this is probably not, especially in the daylight, probably not a very electricity intensive thing to run.
Nah, it's not much. Obviously you've got the Wi-Fi connection, you've got the video feed, and that's
actually it looks like you could replace the battery if you had problems.
It does, yeah. So if you can hold that up to the camera, you can see the batteries on there. So they must have replaceable lithium batteries in there.
The only thing that sort of bothers me with it is the waterproof plug for the recharge port. It's a bit dicky, isn't it? Bit jank.
Yeah.
Jank,
that's the wording I should have used.
I think Dicky's plenty fine.
Where's the app? I need to learn how to use this phone.
one other great feature on that, so magnetic base for one, but the fact that it's got 2 little locking screws and you can tilt it, that's what I've been fiddling with for the last 5 minutes. So if you can't reach all the way up your caravan, you can tilt it 90 degrees and just bang it on at the top of your reach or something.
Ultra versatile. The magnets are pretty good. I'm not sure if I'd trust it at 100 k's an hour, but...
Yeah, the only thing I would say, and it's probably not like a big problem, and it's probably more trouble than it's worth, is it would be nice if you could tilt it a little bit side to side. Yep. But I love that. That's pretty cool.
Well, hit the power button.
Yep.
I've got the app.
That's a nice power button.
It's got an
actual clicky
nice
button.
distance to push and a click, and it's very tactile. Yeah.
It's like a physical switch, not one of those like micro switches.
Yeah.
I'm going to see myself in a second.
There we go. Okay. So you click on that. Click on confirm. Connect device.
Wow.
There we go. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna get right up close and personal. All right,
personal view.
There we go. So you can see there. Okay. Oh, who's that good-looking chap?
Flatter me.
We can flip the screen, different angles and orientations. We can take a picture and and it'll save it. We can view the pictures that we've already taken.
How's the view? How's the view at a distance? Can you see the ute all the way up there?
I can see the ute. I can't zoom in with my fingers, so I can't really work out what the rego is, if that's what you're looking for.
You can tilt it sideways, can't you? Make it full screen. Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
It does warp the image a little bit, that's why I noticed.
Well, it's got to be an ultra-wide field of view, right?
Yeah.
To make it easier for reversing.
And then you can put lines on it and all those sort of things. So yeah, it's I think those who've tried this sort of product in the past have done a very average job in the past.
Yeah.
But I think this one's quite a good execution. On it, and I think it's usable. I think it's a good device.
The plastic housing is a little cheap and stuff like that, but I'm not going to knock them for that. It's got an actual clicky button. It connects to the app straight away.
Yep.
Stuff like that is what actually matters, and this is going to spend 90% of its time in your caravan drawer.
Yep.
So I think that's great.
Yeah. So that's cool. So that's that, and then we've spent time talking about the AirPro screen, and that one's got Apple CarPlay, so quite popular for people to add Apple CarPlay to their cars. And this is by Parkmate. This is a mirror mount one.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of an all-in-one device. It's got a reverse camera.
Yep.
It's got the mirror itself. It's got Apple CarPlay, and also has a DVR, black box recorder.
Oh, yeah.
Dash cam. So it's also a dash cam. So it's a dash cam looking forwards and backwards. So two channel.
That's
at 2K.
One of the complaints that I've had recently is I've just put a dash cam in my car, and now that I've got rear view mirror, dash cam, phone mount, microphone, it's starting to get a little cluttered. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's probably a great idea.
Pretty neat. Yeah, pretty neat.
Can we pull it out?
Yeah, let's do it. So there's a couple of different ways to mount it. It has the, I suppose, the strap over the existing one, or you can get some more hardware and mount it as the actual mirror.
Have you had a play with this yet?
No, first time. We've been selling them, but I've personally not had a play. My friend has the previous model that doesn't have Apple CarPlay. Yep. Very happy with it. Wants to buy another one.
I'm surprised because the CarPlay into an older car without a head unit problem has existed for a long time, and then all of a sudden these couple of displays have just popped up, and I'm super happy about that.
In the past, like they were available from lesser known suppliers in the past. And they're just slow, like they wouldn't age well, they're very slow to use, so if you turn the car on and it's got a reverse camera as part of its setup, they're quite slow to load and go into that.
One thing I've noticed about the one that we got for Brit's car, so that'd be back at episode 8, 9, 10, something.
I'm not going to know,
Edwin. One thing I noticed about that was
it's got the hardware.
It's a bit jank. It's sort of like a 30% chance that it's going to bug out at any one time on Brit's car, which is shit.
Yeah, that's not great. And it gets frustrating, and you just stop using it when they do that.
Then again, we did buy it from ozozstore.com. This is great.
So you know it's Aussie.
The dash cam on it is actually on a swivel ball mount, so you can point it, and that looks like a microphone or a speaker.
Speaker, yeah. So it'll have a microphone as well. Certainly on the previous unit, it would have, you could give voice directions.
Yep.
So you could say rear camera, and rear camera would pop up.
Really clever, and I don't think a lot of people think about this when they're designing stuff. They've put all of the inputs on the top.
Yep.
Right,
so you can
run it straight
cable
through,
manage them nice and easily. Yep.
The one that we put in Brit's car, the cheap El Cheapo one, had all the mounts on the side. So everything runs straight over a dash, and it looks
a little bit messy.
Not the best. Is that the mounting system?
Well, I should eat my words. So it comes with your actual replacement mount. So you'd stick that onto your glass, and then that onto there, and then you've got a proper replacement. Okay, let's have a look at what else comes in here. You've obviously got your power. You've got the reverse camera there. This is another mounting product. I guess that goes with that, and then that goes. Oh, where is it? Over there. That goes on top.
Yep.
So that's good. And then this looks like, okay, this is your strap mounts. So they just clip in, and then you use these straps over it.
Straight over the.
That holds on. You got some different sizes. Got some foam tape if you need to make it a little bit tighter or protect your existing mirror. So it's good. It comes with everything that you need, which is good. Because nice. Sometimes they make you buy these things separately.
It's a huge roll of reverse camera wire as well.
Say what it is, because that's good, particularly if you've got a ute or something like that, and you got a long run to.
The one thing I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I've noticed with a couple of reverse cameras is these connectors feel like they could do with a bit more weatherproofing.
Okay. Yep.
So like, it's going to be impossible to. We should have kept the reverse camera on so I could show you a close up. It's just a straight plug, but there's not even a little rubber seal around it.
Grommet.
Yeah, which would have been really nice, but you can solve that. It heat shrinks straight around.
Heat shrink over it. Yep.
It's just
where there's a will, there's a way.
Just a pain that they don't think of it from factory.
Yeah, no, you'd think they would. Have a sealed connection, wouldn't you?
Are you seeing more and more now that your reverse cameras come with the 2.5 jack?
Nah, that's not so common. So for the most part, they're what do you call it, RCA yellow, video input. But
are they yellow or green? Can you tell?
So anyway, but there is a move to high quality video reverse cameras. So that's they're already out there, but it's on the horizon. You're starting to see newer cars having better screens and the cameras to match them. So I'm not sure about their fitting. I'm not sure what fitting they might use. Maybe that fitting takes a better quality than an RCA.
Who knows?
I'd have to look into that.
I'd love to have a better quality reverse camera. So maybe that's something we can talk about at a later date. Yep.
No, we'll be getting some in. Command have just released a range.
RCA, thinking about it, RCA should not be a problem for video transfer, because TVs up to 35-inch or whatever, back when the old CRT monitors had plenty good video signal.
Yeah, I'm just thinking what they got up to. Probably more than your reverse camera, but I think there's going to be a limit at some point, and then what's the hardware change to transfer that? So that might be one for me to look into for a future episode.
Yeah, I think that'll be good fun.
Cool. So look, other things it's got. So another thing to consider with these sort of devices is, okay, you're running Apple CarPlay through there, you got your Spotify connected up or whatever. you want to run some music through there. How does the music make it from that to your existing sound system?
Has it got a inbuilt FM transmitter?
Yeah, just looking at that. So it's got an FM transmitter, which it's not the best quality.
Yep.
So you got to expect a quality drop there.
Does it do Bluetooth as well?
Yeah, so just having a quick look here. So that's a 1080p reverse camera on there. So the quality of your reverse camera is pretty good.
You can put your own music on it, or no, that's it records on a micro SD as well.
Yep.
Sorry,
the,
I thought that was functions. So you can put your own music on there.
Oh, yep. No, that ain't gonna work. But you just stream it anyway. What else have we got? It does have Bluetooth, but I think it's Bluetooth between your phone and it, not the other, not between
Bluetooth
it. Yeah,
through.
No, I've not known that to be the case.
The one thing I do like about the idea of this is split screen reverse camera and CarPlay.
Yeah. So
my rear view mirror in the Ute is basically useless because I've got a all alloy canopy.
Ah, yes. Yep. Makes it useful. Yeah.
So the idea that I could have a always on reverse camera and CarPlay without doing a big upgrade would be kind of nice. Get
rid of some of those wires for your dash camera at the same time. And
you just bought a nice head unit off you.
Well, true. Your head unit's going to do music better than this thing ever will. And you looked at the swivel on there.
Oh, nice.
Also slides out, so if you need to clear something that's in the way, you can. So yeah, they're a good thing.
It's kind of stupid to say, but I look at stuff like that reverse camera, that dash cam, and it gives me the impression that it's probably a pretty good product, because to think about the fact that it might have to clear something, you had to really think about where it was being used.
Time and effort into it. It's the front camera is 2K, so the image quality is pretty good. It's 4K is your top models.
Yeah.
So 2K is not far off.
The only thing I'd say about any of those, and this is not to do with that so much as it is just every sort of camera, is there's a limit to how good a picture quality you'll get out of such a small lens.
Yep.
But it's going to be perfectly serviceable.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're comparing it to other dash cameras, it's going to be amongst the better ones, not the best ones, but the better ones.
Yeah.
Plus, but it's not going to be as good as your camcorder.
Yeah. What other dash cam can you get that has CarPlay?
How cool is that? Just so cool.
Sick.
So I'm just having a quick look at the setup. So
we've still got to do a super shootout.
We've got these now. So and then we'll get the Air Pro one.
You've got
get
those
the one in Brit's car
back in stock.
Yeah, I've got heaps of them. Yep.
Yeah, cool.
They're back in stock. So, but they do sell quick. So we'll pick our moment.
Keep one aside.
Yeah. So otherwise, that's all the toys I've got with me today.
Yeah. All right. Shall we pack it in?
Call it a day. Thanks, guys. Matt and Lachlan here from Car.
Yeah.
And
check out Matt at Auto One Browns Plains.
Yep. And Lachlan on Kashi.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Okay. Adios.